Your name is Mohamed?
Mohamed.
Okay, I'm Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
Same here. And I saw that you guys you have a booth over there?
Yeah, we're the Muslim Student Association. We have, I guess they're called dawah tables. Dawah is informing people about Islam. So we're out here just, I guess, trying to break stereotypes and stuff like that. The topic for this week is ISIS.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of...
It's a timely topic.
Yeah, ISIS, the un-Islamic state. That's what the poster said.
Okay.
Yeah, the un-Islamic. So anybody that has maybe a question or actually thinks that we are in any way related to them in somehow, some form or fashion, we're just here to break that stereotype.
That would be a really tempting thing to talk about, and maybe we can actually talk about it later. Sure. But really, what I'd like to get to is why... Oh, shit.
There goes your drink.
Yeah, most of it. Why do you put yourself, why do you ascribe to the Islamic
faith?
Religion, yeah.
Okay, so I was born Muslim, but as you do grow older, as a person grows older, you get in your teens, you start thinking a little more for yourself and I guess challenging what you've been taught. Yep. I did go through that stage, and I did, what is everything that my parents told me, is it true? Is it what I've been learning at the mosque and in my book, is that true? And I pretty much, in a sense, did some personal verification tests. I thought about what God should be as a creator of this universe, as someone, as a being that is the cause of everything that we now know. I thought of what qualities might be attributed to God, if that God is just or not, if that God is this.
It sounds like you put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, I did.
Where are you on the scale? If 0% was I believe in Allah, 0% is I don't believe in Allah, 100%?
150%, how about that?
150%?
150%.
Wow.
You
really believe in Him?
I have not, I do not find any way where God can't exist. There is no way. Everything can come from nothing.
Is that it for you?
No, that's not it. That's click.
Yeah, I'd like to. What's the main reason why you put yourself so high on that scale?
The main reason
is it because we don't know how everything started? Is that why you choose that?
Other logical things, and that I feel that when I am talking to Allah, or if I am praying to Allah, or in any sense, I feel that there is a connection from creator to creation. And I believe that everything is creation except the creator. So I would be creation, you'd be creation.
The creator would be exempt from the creation.
Yes, of course.
Now, I've talked to a lot of Christians where they would say something very similar, and I've talked to even Hindus that said, well, I believe in Ganesh because I was raised in it, I was exposed to it a little bit, but I've really studied it, and I know that it's true. I would put myself at 150%. They've even said that. How would I go about differentiating their belief from yours? Okay, what would you recommend that I do?
The thing is, from people, because one of the things when I was questioning my own faith, I would also think, there are Christians who I've met, I've talked about Christianity with them, talked about religion, talked about belief with them, who have the same conviction in their heart about their religion the same way I do. Yep. And that confused me. That kind of honestly even set me back a little bit from reaching this 150% that I now tell you about of belief in God. But I believe that there can be, I don't want to say a false sense of hope, but emotional comfort in finding something that you can rely on at the end of the day. Even if that might not be 100% necessarily true.
Where do you think that maybe the Christian has gone wrong? Like, where do you think that, like I said, that they've been convicted. They're at that 150%. That Hindu's at that 150%. They looked at me just as sincerely as you're looking at me right now, and they would say that you're mistaken, that you're off track. Shintoism, the Japanese that practice that are off track. What tool can I use to say you really do have the right religion, you really do have the right God?
Well, what do you find as, or what would you look for in a religion to complete maybe a void that you're looking for, or whatever it is that you're looking for in religion? What about religion are you looking for?
Is that what you used? Did you use that technique to come to the conclusion that Islam was true?
No.
Like, did you have something missing in your life and you decided?
Not necessarily, because I told you I grew up with Islam.
Right.
I just pretty much went through the normal. I don't know if it's normal. I think it's normal because I went through it. I know a few people that went through it, but to kind of question what you've been taught.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of.
I think that's fairly common, like regardless of whether you're a Hindu or Muslim or a Christian. Yeah.
Okay, but you were talking about Christianity. Are you Christian yourself?
Maybe we can save that to after the conversation. Let's just maybe spend 2 more minutes.
Okay.
If your belief in Allah and Islam was mistaken in some way, how would you figure it out?
How would I figure it out?
How would you go about figuring that out?
There would have to be a flaw in either the religious text of Islam, which is the Quran. There would have to be a flaw in that, although after 1400 plus years, a flaw hasn't been found.
What would be a definition of a flaw?
A contradictory statement,
okay,
or something that would. Can I say ungodlike? Because we believe that the Quran is the direct word of God. The direct word, like God spoke these words to man through the book.
Okay, so if there was a contradiction, or if something just didn't jive with God's nature,
God, or whatever the rest of what Islam teaches.
Okay, if somebody actually had a contradiction or could point to a verse that illustrated that God's nature was not consistent with a godly being in the Quran, would you listen to them?
Of course I would. Of course I've had that many times. People come up to me, they point out a specific verse that mentions God telling the Muslims to kill the non-believers where you find them. Kill the non-believers where you find them. Although that verse, taken out of context, was actually sent down to Mohamed after 10 plus years of oppression, after his family being killed, after being spit on, having camel intestines and urine and feces dumped on him, after 10 years of God not allowing him to fight back. After 10 years, that is when that verse came down to him. It was a specific situation. Yeah, that verse is so people, anytime someone comes with a question to me about a verse of the Quran that they find that doesn't click with them, that might seem off, of course I'll listen to them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll be more than happy to say I don't know, and I actually go look it up for them. That helps me cement my belief even further.
Yeah. Okay.
Animals, I 100% believe that they could have evolved in however long that this earth has been here.
Yeah, you were saying
they could.
But humans are special in some way?
I believe that God created Adam. He was the first human. He created him by God's way of whatever it is. He created him, put a life on him, put him on this earth. This earth was already here before Adam.
What would you accept from, I don't know, scientists or somebody? What would it take for you to discard your acceptance of that belief of Adam and Eve, of Adam?
Ooh, what would it take?
Yeah.
It would take some damn good evidence, something that's like. If
you were to see some evidence, would it move you down the scale? Would you go down?
What kind of evidence, though? Like, I'm trying to figure out.
You tell me.
Something that would maybe. I don't believe there's a distinction between science and Islam to an extent. Other than, hold on, there's a bug on you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Other than the theory of human evolution.
Yeah.
Coming from everything else. I believe everything else that's in science, like there's anything that's been proven, and scientifically and stuff like that. You
accept it.
Of course, I would accept
but
it.
What would it take for you to say, you know what, we really didn't come from one man and one woman? You know, the Adam story from the Quran is actually mistaken. What would you have to see? What would it take, Mohammed, to get you to reconsider your position on that?
I guess a better idea, even though I don't see that would ever happen. That's the thing. Something that makes more sense logically, or evidence that shows an actual change of form or something of humans from an ancestor of apes or so. Because I believe, okay, so I believe that Adam was not the same size as you and I. So humans could have evolved. I don't say, or there's no way we can say that humans haven't evolved if you believe in something like that.
Are you basically saying, though, that there's nothing that you would accept to illustrate that we did not come from Adam?
No, that's not what I said. I said
sorry.
I said I would listen to evidence and I would think about it, but unless it was like proven, hardcore evidence, something that's like something that would literally convince me that there is, then I would have to question my beliefs.
It does sound like, evidence is important to you.
Of course.
But it sounds also like you're unable to identify what you would accept to falsify your position.
The thing is, I don't believe there's anything currently right now that can falsify my position. But if somehow you were able to give me something that would make me, or that would disprove the Adam and Eve theory, then I would have to question my own beliefs. Because if something doesn't make sense logically, something doesn't make sense, as we perceive the world around us, if something doesn't make sense like that, then you would have to kind of take a step back and think about what you're dealing with.
If I, let's say that somebody contacted me after watching this video and they're like, I've got something that Mohammed needs to see, that this would clearly illustrate that, we know from DNA, for example, that we didn't come from one man and one woman, that it was a multi-generational thing, and evolution really is a fact. It does sound like you would listen to it.
I would listen.
But would you accept it?
Would I accept it if it made sense to me? If it were that groundbreaking enough to shake the belief of 2 billion people, then sure.
If I want to get back to the 2 billion people part. If I could demonstrate to you that was true, that we did evolve, and that there wasn't an Adam, how would that affect you?
How would that affect me?
Where would you move on that scale? Would you move on the scale?
Would I, immediately? Are you asking immediately? I think I would have to do some serious pondering, some self-reflection. I would have to obviously go back to my book and the religion and see, maybe clarify some of the beliefs that I had previously held, and also look at the evidence that you have given me as well. Weigh it out, and it wouldn't be some decision that I make like this. You know what I mean? It's over time, something that you have to.
Yeah, and that would actually kind of make sense. Like if there was something earth-shaking to your personality, your belief, that would be, I think, maybe a hard thing to take at first. But I am encouraged that you would at least. You would accept. You would investigate it, right?
Investigate it.
You would try to see if it made any sense to your book.
Why would I deny something that seems true on the front because of something I previously believed? Anything that, we evolve as humans on this earth, socially, in every single way possible, physical and everything, mentally. So anything that comes in that's new, gotta kind of put it to the test. Add it, what's true, what's going on, add it, and we just build upon ourselves. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah. What you're kind of describing is the scientific method, right?
Yeah, I love science. I actually took OChem this past summer. I almost got an A in it. That's how much I loved it. OChem, organic chemistry. I love science. Something that happens, in front of your face. It happens. You get to see, control stuff, create, and whatnot. But I feel like we are way too overrated on ourselves. We in a sense, as humans, need to humble ourselves, because I feel like we've gotten to a point in human time to where science and discoveries and stuff like that has kind of shot up with all the technology, iPhones, this, where 3D printing, all this kind of genetic cloning, all this stuff, like science has just shot up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Yeah. We're too prideful. We've discovered so much in such a short period of time that we think that we are so very smart, that we know so much. But even though the scientists at the top of the universe figure out that the more you learn, the more you figure out that you don't what you don't know. You know
it's
what
humbling.
I mean? Yeah, very humbling to think that we can we are humans. We can do this. We're at the top. We're this, this, and to think that we just came from nothing, and we don't even know. We don't even know what's in the ocean, to an extent. We don't even know what's on our own planet. What's on our own.
We just discovered a really crazy creature just floating at the bottom of the ocean just yesterday.
We don't know what we're even standing on, in a sense.
So, but let me ask you, that humble aspect of science that you just beautifully just illustrated, is it compatible with the assertion that I'm 150%, correct on my God belief?
Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't belief in science negate my belief in the Quran? There's so much science that's in the Quran.
Well, no, what I was saying is that what you were saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounded like you were saying one of the beautiful aspects of science is that it makes us realize how much we don't know, right? That it, might I say, makes us want to keep investigating to learn even more, and the more we learn, the more we realize what we don't know.
Don't know.
But it sounds like what you're saying is the Quran, we do know. We do know that God exists. We do know we came from Adam. I do know that I'm at 150%. I do know that this is the one true religion and everyone else is just mistaken. Do you see the disconnect there between the two?
No, because you're trying to, I guess, say that we have, in a sense, closed off the discrepancies of Islam or any variations that would happen within the religion, and science is just this building tool that we can just build on. No, because in a sense, with the belief in science, you believe certain things are true. With the belief in Islam, I believe certain things are true, but in no way can I say that we have completely even begun to understand the teachings or what God has told us, even after 1400 days or 1400 years of hardcore study of certain phrases that we have tangible something that we can look at it and study upon years, we still haven't scratched the surface.
But let me ask you, if that's really the case, if you're just scratching the surface on your belief, if you're constantly uncovering new aspects of it, can you really be at 150%?
Yeah. You said the theory of evolution is practically fact. You said the theory of evolution is practically fact, even though the theory of evolution has not gone through the scientific process to become fact. There has to be observable evidence of evolution, and you've observed fossils that have been something else, and a fossil that is similar that could have transformed, but we haven't physically seen the transformation. That's the observation.
If I were able to illustrate to you that actually happened, would you accept evolution as fact?
I haven't denied evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't denied it.
But you were just saying that evolution is not a fact because it hasn't been observed.
Observed, yeah.
If you could observe it, if it could be illustrated to you that it has indeed been observed, would you no longer use that argument?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If it has in fact become fact, then yes. If it's no longer referred to as the theory of evolution, sure, I'll take it.
Well, the scientific theory, when the word theory is used in a scientific manner, it means near fact.
Yeah, near fact.
It's not a guess.
Because even gravity at this point is still the theory of gravity.
That's correct.
Yeah.
You got it.
It's still the theory. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I love this discussion.
Listen, dude, I really appreciate it. I have to go get.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, and maybe I'll run into you again.
Of course, if you do, let's continue this conversation.
All right, Mohammed.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I'm more than happy to talk to you next time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sure, I'll have some questions for you next time.
Okay, will do.